Programme this time, Julie gets to grips with a big one.
Cool, blimey, Vic. Have a look at the size of that one.
Sewage specialist Steve shows off his pride and joy.
On the trailer, sewer, a car that says number 1 for poo, and what's the other one? Turd.
And two graduates get lost in a field.
I keep looking at this map and realising I've got it upside down.
But first, a flat in a Gloucester council house has recently been abandoned. City Inspector Andy Whitewood has come to inspect.
So we're just going to have a look and see what it's like. Oh dear, not one of the best ones.
Bizarrely beneath all the mess is a recently renovated flat.
I've got a dog, unless the entire family was eating dog food. Goodness me. But there we have got evidence of flies and maggots. Oh dear me. It gets worse.
Andy knows nothing of what happened here, but whoever lived here cleared off in a hurry.
People live like this and think it's some sort of statement against somebody else and they're the ones that are going to suffer. Because preparing food in this sort of conditions can't have been healthy.
No more so than life in the living room. Andy finds clues about some of the characters in this squalid story.
Oh, that's not the former owner.
It seems there was a dog
Excrement.
and a couch potato.
He was a drinker and a smoker. It looks like it just gets even better as we go through.
The dog mess is bad enough, but there could be worse to come.
God blimey. Hasn't been flushed for a while by the looks of it. But I mean, there's all the cleaning stuff here. It's just a shame that it never seemed to have got used.
Andy already knows the previous tenant was a dog owner, but just what kind of owner soon becomes clear.
Oh dear, I think we found the dog kennel. I don't think the dog went for regular walks. God, straight. I mean, this just shows a total lack of respect for anybody's health, including their own. Oh dear me. Yeah, the dog used to open the handles with his teeth by the looks of it.
Andy's seen enough to make his assessment.
We're looking at about £1,000 to clear it. And while it's empty, it's a potential target as well for squatters and vandals. The quicker we can get it relet, the better.
And in order to do that, Andy will call on the services of extreme cleaners Dave and Asa.
A lot of excrement and rubbish in there. Some nasty food surprises as well in the kitchen. So you should be finished in an hour or so.
For two Lewisham Graffiti Busters, size definitely matters.
Cool, blimey, Vic. Have a look at the size of that one. That's quite a large tag.
Cool, that's a big one.
All right, then, what we're going to do, Vic, yeah, is we'll get some white paint and just go over the graffiti at first, yeah, mate?
It's got to have 3 coats, isn't it?
Easily. Right, let's go, mate.
And so begins Operation Whitewash.
New roller and our trusty little pokey stick.
But are they just preparing the canvas for the next so-called graffiti artist?
We get the odd spout of, like, offensive stuff where the kids like to write some little naughty words on the walls. It's quite hard sometimes because you clean it and it looks nice, and then you're sort of like going back there a couple of days later and they've just graffitied it up again. But I think they're just unreasonable little gits, really.
They know the war may be unwinnable, but they'll grin and bear it.
Vic, what's that all over your face, mate?
I'm getting a past Father Christmas.
Supposed to go on the wall, Vic, not on your face, mate.
I've been with Julie now for 4 years. Yeah, you got a bit of banter. Nice to have a joke and a laugh, and helps you through the day, you know. Oh, do you want me to go over your bits again? You do another Mexican wave.
Oi, what's the matter there? Straighten it. Don't look like a Mexican wave, does it? I can't believe how much paint you got on you. Sorry, I've got to walk away with it. I just can't believe it.
I can't go out tonight now because I can't get his paint on.
but at least some of the paint has ended up on the wall.
Right, we're on the last little bit now, yeah? Another excellent done job by the graffiti team. Voila. I'm quite happy with that. Let's just hope it stays that way. We're just going to stick the stuff away now, and that's us. Thank you very much. If you notice, look, it's cleaned all his face off.
Pretty.
Job done, and the dashing duo continue their tour of duty in the war on filth. Back in Gloucester, extreme cleaners Dave and Asa are preparing to tackle the filthy flat.
Hopefully it's not a smelly one.
But Asa soon discovers that his optimism is misplaced.
Oh, it stinks of dog.
You can smell it as soon as you come through the door, can't you?
They quickly identify the source of the terrible smell.
Oh, this is where the dog's been staying.
Yeah. Oh, I can smell it.
As dog owners themselves, Dave and Asa find it hard to understand.
Oh, it's disgusting. I mean, I wouldn't put my dog, lock him up in a room like this. Well, I wouldn't lock him up in a room full stop, but the dog needs exercise, it needs fresh air. Basically, it needs to poo on the grass, doesn't it?
It's just not right.
You find claw marks at the doors and he's trying to get out. It is sad, real sad.
But whatever the reason for this sordid situation, there's a job to be done. Asa is new to filth fighting.
So I was doing 3 years at college doing bricklaying. Obviously, all the building industry's gone down and there's no work going. So I got an application form, went and filled it in, and obviously they like me because I'm still working.
He's already experienced the worst the job has to offer.
But the worst I have done is it's definitely got to be suicide cleanup. It isn't nice to clean up that much blood and everything, but all you just got to do is think about, oh, it's not really blood, clean it up, try and get it up. You just get on with it. Just think of your wage packets at the end of the week.
Dave put some abandoned air freshener to good use. He's been filth fighting longer than Asa.
That helps as well.
It's a job he literally fell into.
I became out of work after an accident, cleaning windows on a ladder, and I'd fallen off, broken my hip, and I was ringing around for jobs. As soon as I was able, fit enough to go back to work again, and here I am 2 years later. In my view, I think it's the best thing I ever did.
But sometimes the work can present some very unusual challenges.
Some jobs you go to and you just wish you hadn't gone there. For example, a house we did in Cheltenham, and the sister was sat on the stairs crying. They wanted all members of the house gone, everything gone. I just cried all the time we were there. She just sat on the top step. And you've got to work around that. It's, you know, it brings it home to you, doesn't it? Yeah, it's unusual bed in the living room, isn't it?
Dave and Asa move out the larger items. It's clear they work well together as a team.
Well, if it wasn't for the guys we work with, I wouldn't be here now. They're excellent, you know, and they know I've got dodgy hips, so certain jobs I can't do. The lads are there straight away, like, you know, they don't even let me try it. And that's excellent, like, you know what I mean? It's a team thing. So, and that's what we all do, like, you know, we all muck in together.
This job usually begs more questions than answers, but today is a remarkable exception. Outside, a neighbour appears with news of the abandoned dog.
A friend of ours knew the owner. They can't look after the dog, so they said, would your mum like to have a dog to look after? And I said, yeah, that'd help her out, because she's a pensioner, and we thought that would do her good. And the owner used to go out, we believe, sort of like 8 o'clock in the morning to about 9 o'clock at night, left the dog behind, and of course she used to howl quite a bit. We had to take her to the vets because she had ear infection and eye infections. She had lack of hair on her tail. She's actually on her way over, so we see her on a regular basis, at least 3 or 4 times a week.
Heartened by the rescue story, the lads continue to clear and look forward to meeting the lucky mutt. On the outskirts of Ipswich, 2 engineers turned filth fighters are on a mission to clear away a fly tip. But Sam and Cedric have a problem. They don't know exactly where the rubbish has been tipped.
So we're looking for black bags, tyres maybe, lots of plastic pipe. We know it's in one field either here, over there, or over there. So the first task before we can deal with it is let's go and find the thing. Do you want to head off down this side and I'll head off down that side, see if we can find it? Yeah. Okay.
Sam is head of operations, but it looks like they're going round in circles. Perhaps it was a false alarm.
Hi, Cedric. Any luck?
Hey?
Any luck?
Nothing.
Nothing? So we've checked this one. I say let's go and have a look in this one. Yeah? Now I wonder if it's up this little track just here.
Now the problem becomes clear.
If I keep looking at this map and realising I've got it upside down, or the wrong way round, but I think it's Cedric's fault because he gave it to me upside down.
Education.
Education? I don't need no education, I need to learn compass, that's all I need.
The intrepid filth fighters continue the search with a photograph of the rubbish they're after.
I think we'll have to get in here. Oh yeah, this looks like a bit of a hot spot.
But this isn't it.
Well, that's a big mess, but it's not the mess we're looking for. But perhaps if this is here, then maybe the other one we're looking for is around here somewhere.
Yeah.
What's worrying me is the gas canister.
That's right.
So even though this isn't our job, I think we should take that one just for safety reasons.
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. Well, when we've worked out where the rest of it is...
Health and safety, right?
Health and safety.
Yes, man.
But I know this one's got to be done today, so we've got to crack on with this one as a priority.
Yeah.
Hang on, what's that over there? Yeah, that looks like it.
And at last,
This is the one.
This is the one.
No doubt about it.
Yeah.
Pipes, tyres, bags. Tyres we'll have to take back separately, won't we?
Yeah.
now a jigsaw puzzle provides a clue.
There. Got a whole number plate there, which isn't proof in itself, but we'll pass that on to waste enforcement. They may be able to find out who owned the car. I'll pull the van in and hopefully I can get up nice and close.
Yeah.
Now all that remains is to load up the rubbish onto the van and remove it. But that is easier said than done. Coming up, we meet the dog that was abandoned here. The teacher passes judgment on the pupil.
He's an intelligent lad and I'm proud of him, but I would never take him to his face.
And Cedric's performance confounds the critics.
Brother?
I've got no idea what...
Back in Ipswich, it's taken a cross-country ramble for Sam and Cedric to locate a fly tip. Now it's just a matter of loading it up. Cedric helps Sam to execute a tricky manoeuvre. Sam wants to know who dumped this stuff and wonders if he can trace them.
My guess is this some sort of industrial or commercial company. You've got lots of bits of car. A normal household, I don't think, would have that amount of pipes this size. There's not really any clues on there that are going to help me.
Sam's investigative instincts have been honed by television.
I watch all the American shows where they follow the clues and stuff, but I don't think I'd make a very good one because I've only once ever guessed who it was.
Cedric is happy to leave the detective work to Kojak, but there is one thing he wants to know.
I want to know, Sam, what happened to your trousers?
Cedric's finding it quite funny that whilst I was coming up the bank over there, I managed to rip my trousers, which is not good, especially on a drafty day like this.
Cedric is in an especially good mood, and Sam knows why.
But Cedric doesn't need cheering up today because he's got 3 weeks holiday starting next week.
I'm going on holiday, South Africa.
But Cedric won't be lying on the beach. He's got plans.
I've got a project that I'm running out in South Africa. I'm a talent scout. I'm setting up record deals to the youth that coming over and try to get into the music industry.
And he keeps reminding me, he keeps going on and on and on about it. Last day for 3 weeks.
That's what, Sammy, don't be jealous, mate.
But Sam's not the jealous type, especially when there's a good mystery to solve.
Got a couple of items here that are making me think this was more than one fly tip because we've had the sort of industrial looking pipes and stuff. And then we've also got dollies and dog spoons, dog forks, that look more like household from somebody's house, from somebody's garden.
But without any concrete intelligence like an address, it's all just speculation.
Just found this over here when I'm clearing up the last few bits, and it's an order. It looks like the council have moved travellers on a few weeks ago, and the council have taken possession of this land. It would make sense about the travellers because a big trench has been dug here. which would obviously prevent any more caravans or vans coming in and filling up the field.
Not that Sam has anything against people who live life on the move.
I'm sure there is people out there who travel around all their whole lives and tidy up as they go, and people hardly know they're there.
But knowing who dumped the rubbish doesn't make it go away. That's a job for Detective Sam and impresario Cedric. In Blackpool, sewer team Steve and Steve are on their way to sort out a blocked drain at a hotel. All's well on the seafront, but it's a different story round the back. The plumbing problems are putting the punters off, and the owner is relieved to see Steve.
How you doing, mate? You got a problem with the drains?
Yeah, I have, yeah.
What's going on then?
Well, the main drain in there appears to be blocked up.
Right, OK, we'll get on with it and have a look, yeah?
OK, thank you very much.
For Steve, it's a different drain, but the same old problem.
Again, it's face wipes, baby wipes, sanitary stuff, just catching on the lips of the drain, backfilling and blocking. Basically what we're going to do, we're going to trace it from in the cellar, trace it round to the inspection chambers here, and hopefully jet it and clear it, OK?
Not only does Steve love his job, but he's proud of it too.
I don't know if you've noticed the number plates on the van. Steve, 26, birthday, and obviously the job we do. On the trailer, sewer, I've got a car that says number 1 for poo, and what's the other one? Turd.
This is mine. When he goes skiing, this is what I drive around in.
He wishes. Here, come on.
They say where there's muck, there's brass, but you've got to start with the muck.
Pull that cover up. There's a problem.
The inspection chamber is full, so the boys will need to jet it with high-pressure water. It's an old trick, but it might just work.
I can hear it coming through. Oh, the boys, number 1 for number 2s. There she goes.
Steve and Steve are a father and son team, but Steve Jr. hadn't always planned on following in his father's filth-fighting footsteps.
Well, I went to college first off and did a little bit of plumbing. Not really my bag, to be honest. I like to be outside.
So he just came out with me, and then obviously teaching him the ropes. He got it pretty quick. He works hard. I pay him well.
Well, everyone could do a few more fondulis, but...
Well, there's no pay rise this year.
Because he's spending it on skiing.
I haven't got a lot of money.
The purse strings are not the only thing Dad is watching carefully.
He's a lot cleverer than me. He's an intelligent lad, does well, and I'm proud of him, but I would never say it to his face. Eventually I want to leave it to Steve. Steve can sort it out and do what he wants, and then I can just carry on skiing.
The lads have cleared the blockage quickly and cleanly, much to the landlord's relief.
Good luck with your refurb as well.
Well, thank you very much, yeah.
Oh, we'll be down for lunch, yeah. We'll be in smell a little bit better as well.
You definitely won't look any better though, mate.
Hey, I'll do the funnies, I've told you. Hey? Right, let's get this cover back on.
With such can-do attitudes, perhaps that sports car isn't so far out of reach after all. Sam and Cedric have cleared most of the fly-tip rubbish in the Suffolk field, but for Sam, it's now become an archaeological dig for some contemporary clues.
I think I know one thing that happened here, Cedric. I think there was a car burnt out.
What's that?
I think there was a car burnt out. You see the burnt bits?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
This looks like
Yeah, that's right,
a bit
yeah.
from the underneath of the car, perhaps a bit of trim.
Yeah, possibly.
Definitely, look. Definitely a burnt out wing mirror. Somebody's brought a car up here and just torched it. It was a Vauxhall of some sort. This is a very burnt out rear light, I think.
Yeah, that's a real light.
See the red
yeah.
one there and the bulb holdings there. Yeah. Perhaps it belongs to that number plate we found earlier on. I don't know.
Sam is fully immersed in his detective work, but Cedric is occupied with a more pressing matter.
So I can't go.
What?
Whoa. So
If you need to go, just go, but don't rip your trousers.
Free man. Free at last.
Cedric may be relieved, but Sam's concentrating on a job that has now become a treasure hunt.
Find any gold?
Gold? No. Another car badge.
For talent spotter Cedric, it's a bling thing.
Yo, man, what's up? Yo, this is cool. Brother?
I've got no idea what you're talking about.
With the last of the rubbish loaded up, Cedric's looking forward to a change of scene.
This is it. Finish.
Holiday.
Holiday.
But before Cedric takes off for the sun, he and Sam will do the tip run. Back in Gloucester, the lads are putting the finishing touches to the abandoned council flat.
What we do is we neutralise all the bacteria, all the smells for the next family that moves into the flat. So at least then we know it's practically germ-free. And hopefully the smell of the dogs will be gone.
At the end of the day, there's satisfaction in a job well done.
It's looking good. Everything's gone well.
Nothing remains of the previous tenant or the abandoned dog. A new tenant can soon be found. But now, amazingly, an old one returns.
Hello? Where you been then? Hello? Oh yeah, where you been? As you can see now, she just enjoys a lot of fuss and love, and this is one thing that we thought that Mum could provide for her, because Mum hasn't got anybody else to really to worry about.
She always gives you a nice welcome when you get back. Very lovable.
She's perfectly happy, maybe slightly overweight due to the treats that we give her.
So in the end, it's just another shaggy dog story.
That's a wrap.
And cut.
Cut. Tally ho, let's go.